Unholy alliances have come together for an epic 3 vs 3 showdown battle. Hey, how's it going? My name is jackiefishhh and welcome back to another Total War Warhammer 2 online battle. Today we are back just with another land battle. However, we have Norska here, we have some of the other old world factions for a pretty exciting engagement. So what we'll do is we'll quickly just run through what people are bringing and then we'll dive straight into the action, and I know this is going to be a pretty exciting battle. It could, however, be desync as I have reverted back my patch, but there has been like a hot fix recently, so fingers crossed it's going to be all good and we're going to be able to see some epic goddamn showdowns. That's what I'm looking forward to. So over on the red side we do have an army of dwarfs. Over on their front line they do have a sturdy line of longbeards. These dudes with heavy armor and huge shields will be holding the line. We also have Belagar Ironhammer commanding Clan Angren forward. Behind them we have a unit of Iron Drakes with the Trollhammer torpedoes trying to take out them anti-large. They also have a cannon and another unit of Iron Drakes over here. The two regiments of Renowned. Again, this regiment of Renowned, the Iron Drake one, does look very nice with their tinted armor. Then for the Skaven Force, which is kind of situated a little bit over here, we do have some units of Clan Rats and also Skaven Slaves, just to kind of bolster up the Dwarven ranks. We then also have some more Clan Rats with shields back here to go ahead and I guess just help out a little bit more, along with some Death Runners and also some Gutter Runners. And this is not a bad idea, holding back a little bit of the Skaven Force in the woods, because the Skaven do have this long range artillery alongside the Dwarven artillery, which means that the enemy is probably going to end up having to come towards them rather than it be the other way around. So as I said, we do have some Warp Lightning Cannons on the front line. They have Lord Skrillex right here. Yes, I know he's not called Lord Skrillex before. I know someone comments that down below in the comments. We also have some more Skaven Slaves. We have the Warp Fire Thrower. This thing does do some crazy damage if it can open up. Some Slingers and also some more Rats. So this center point is kind of heavily range based with a lot of these Slingers and Warp Fire Throwers and stuff. That's going to be interesting. Then on the right flank we do have the Lizard Men kind of bringing up their heavy arse infantry alongside the Dwarfs. We have some of the Saurus Warriors on the front line. They're going to be supported by a Bastiladon, the solar engine version, so it's going to be some long range artillery once again. More of these Saurus Warriors and Skin cohorts. We have a Saurus Old Blood leading the army forward, along with a Carnosaur and also some Bastiladons down here, some heavy tanky units. Then over on the other side we have an army of Dark Elves on their front line. They're going to be having quite a few of these Bleak Swords. They're going to be supported by Dark Shards. They have Malekith back there on a chariot. Oh, Malekith not on his dragon. That's very surprising, as Malekith does do a ton of damage, but I guess maybe the Dark Elf player ran out on a little bit of his funds. Then for Norska we do have, I believe, Wintertooth led by Frog, the amazing looking troll. On his front line he has some Icehorn Marauders, which are going to be making up a large portion of his attack force. He also has some of these Marauder Berserkers, which is a little bit dangerous to bring these guys, actually, because the enemy have so many missiles that these Marauder Berserkers might just end up being completely taken out before they can get stuck in. Then we obviously have Frog. We have a few of these warriors back here. These dudes are pretty heavy armor piercing, so if they can get stuck into the armored units of the dwarfs or something, it's going to be pretty deadly. We also have a mage back here of the shadows, so we're going to be seeing probably some Pit of Shades coming out. We then have some Skin Wolves back here, the armored variant. And then we finally have the Tomb Kings. We have the Skeleton Spears, who are going to be supported by the Tomb Guard. We also have some of the Asharti Bowmen. Do we have a Bone Giant? Because I know the Bone Giant is actually quite new. We also have Arcane the Black in his Death Chariot. Some Tomb Guard back here. We have a War Sphinx, or a Necro Sphinx, sorry. This thing is so cool. Look at it. I mean, come on, who wants not to love? And I think that pretty much makes it up for the entirety of the enemy forces. So we're just going to click play and watch this battle unfold. We also have a unit of miners actually set up ready to ambush over here, which is kind of interesting. Maybe they can get some good satchels out on the enemy. But both sides are going to be pushing forward. I think, as you can see, that the Norscan side, the blue side, is going to have to push forward first because of the heavy Skaven artillery. Because they have so much artillery along with the dwarfs, it's going to be pretty brutal for them to ever win the range engagement. Maybe a Bone Giant could help, but yeah, you can already see the cannon fire is coming out. And the first couple shots didn't seem to hit right there for the dwarfs. So, I mean, you know, the quicker these guys close the distance, but the warp lightning cannon's coming in. Oh, there is a bone giant right here. One of the new units coming out. Looks pretty badass. This is the first time I'm seeing it in combat. This is like some long-range artillery. He shoots mystical arrows. So cool. Shoots pretty quickly as well. And he's going to be finding his mark, trying to take out the artillery piece. And actually doing so. No, the dwarven artillery is sturdy. We also have the hammer fist ethereal champion right there as well, giving the artillery crew a little bit more of a boost for when it shoots out. Skaven artillery still going out, and it looks like the dwarf, the dark elves are going to be trying to charge into the lizardmen. All the javelins come out from the skink cohorts, and we're going to be seeing these guys flying in. We can also see the carnosaur charging into the back of the executioners. A nice little ice wind right there. The Bastiladon pushing its way forward, smashing up against the dark elf formation. This is a pretty good engagement right now. I mean, there's going to be lots of winds of magic coming off from Malekith, but this is kind of what the lizardmen want. They want to be having all of their dinosaurs just harassing the enemy position as much as they can. And this is a nice little engagement for them, as we have another little explosion coming out, hitting the Carnosaur, but only just. And this on the right flank is really good for the lizardmen. Moving more to the center, we can see the Skaven pushing up. Frog is assaulting, and he's going to be smacking that Carnosaur right on the head. God damn, this battle is so hectic already, and I absolutely love it. We can see some of the executioners coming out, trying to help in the center, as the Skaven infantry is going to be broken. However, this is just kind of the weaker front line, so it's not really too much of an issue that they are breaking. It's very much expected to break their front lines. We'll see some of the warpfire throwers probably moving, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the entire Skaven front line kind of moving to the sides. I think we actually do see the dwarfs kind of adjusting their formation a little bit. We do have a Necro-Sphinx over in the woods, and the Slayers are looking to hunt this thing down, which is not a bad plan, because if the Slayers can get onto this Necro-Sphinx, they'll do good damage. They're obviously anti-large. I believe this unit's armor-piercing, but I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I wish the Slayers good luck, because just looking at the enemy position, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Good luck indeed. They're actually going to be chasing it away, but I mean, this is probably a smart idea to retreat back here because, you know, obviously the Slayers are doing good damage. They're going to be supporting with some Tomb Guard, which is going to be a great little counter right there. More and more Skaven are just being broken on the battlefield. Yeah, the entire Skaven army looks like it is going down, unfortunately. However, over on the flanks, it's looking very good. The Bastiladon coming in, the Solar Engine taking out these chariots. We also have the Carnosaur fighting up against the back lines right here. But Norska have sent reinforcements. These great warriors right here, with their armor-piercing weapons, will be a good match against the Bastiladons. And the Bastiladons aren't anything too crazy, honestly. The Bastiladons do a decent amount of damage, but they're more like just a tanky unit, which is meant to be like kind of basically to hold off heavy infantry more than anything else. Longbeards versus Tomb Guard. I imagine the Tomb Guard in this engagement have a better engagement, like damage-wise, but the Longbeards will just live, and that's going to be their kind of gift. Also, it looks like we've hit the first or second Realm of Souls right now, which is an ability specific to the Tomb Kings, where when they take a certain amount of casualties, they get all their replenishment back, and that's going to be helping them out. However, they are starting to decay. Oh no! The morale is dropping, surprisingly, probably because of all of the artillery. And the Skaven have come back from routing, and they're looking to charge down this unit of executioners, hold them in place so the warpfire throwers can take them out. Malekith as well has abandoned the right flank. You can see him right here. He is just running around looking for some Dwarven or Skaven blood. So, and also we can see Murderous Prowess has now popped. That's going to be deadly, especially on these executioners. These rats are not going to stand a chance. Flee, flee, yes, yes, get out of there, Skaven. Because these executioners are going to bathe in your blood. Yeah, you do not stand a chance, my friend. The Dwarven front line is starting to go down, and the final Realm of Souls has also popped off as these Sharp Teeth do now jump in. And that's going to be a good unit. These Sharp Teeth are deadly. I believe they're armor-piercing anti-infantry, so this is the perfect unit to kill the dwarfs. If only you could have an entire army or entire roster of these bad boys. The Necrosphinx is going down, but I believe it is starting to decay as well, due to it running out of morale. The cannon fire is focusing it down as well. Or the torpedoes, sorry, I believe are just trying to focus this thing down. Going back over to the right flank, have the Lizardmen managed to win this yet? Only just, honestly. I thought this was going to be much more in favour of the Lizardmen, considering that Malekith just completely switched over. But with the reinforcements of Norska, I guess it does make sense that Norska have come over here to help out. We also have the Saurus Old Blood as well being smashed in by Frog. So he's managed to help out there. And, I mean, with the support of Norska, which has been pretty decent, it looks like the Lizardmen are going to be beaten back here. But it does also look like the Dwarfs over on the other flank, we can actually see in the far distance right there, have managed to beat back the Tomb Kings. So it's going to be an interesting fight. And do let me know in the comments right now what faction you guys have been playing in the most recent update with the New World, when Norska have come in. What do you guys think of Norska? And have you been playing them, or have you been playing another old world faction? Obviously, the Dwarfs got a pretty big revamp. I mean, personally, I'm just looking forward to an Empire remake where you have more maybe elector count features. I think that would be really, really cool indeed. So again, just looking at the overall tactical map, we can see that the Dwarfs have kind of won up over here. The Skaven, surprisingly, actually do have a fairly tasty army left. Skaven known for their retreating and kind of assaulting over and over again. And these slingers, you know, won't do crazy damage, but a few of these rocks will land. Considering how cheap this unit of slingers is, that's not a bad, you know, unit to throw up against these executioners, especially as we have the crossbows as well. They'll cut through these dudes very, very quickly. So the Dwarfs are now reforming, losing a fair amount of men. These Sharp T with bows as well now being pushed in. But there are Slayers here, and all the what are they called? Not Eternal. I've totally forgotten. I literally said it. Ethereal, of course. Ethereal. Oh, explosions as well. Beautiful. Yeah, a lot of the Ethereal units for the Dwarfs are just going to be tanky as hell, because not too many of these units do magic damage. At least what the enemy have left. So because they don't do magic damage, they're going to be struggling to, you know, get through the Ethereal units, who can really, if they're, you know, used correctly, can just do so much damage. What is that shooting? Oh, it's the Bone Giant back here, of course. How much ammunition does he have left? Still kind of running low. Balance of power, though, is still very even. Both blue and red look very, very close. However, the blue side only have 500 soldiers, whereas the red side have 1,300. So the red side's the Skaven and the Dwarfs. They have a lot of soldiers still left remaining compared to the Norskans and the Tomb Kings. Wow, that's surprising, but I guess a lot of it's probably in these Skaven forces over there. The Solar Engine now having to duke it out. Frog is just smacking these guys down. Well, the Necrosphinx made it up here somehow. Not quite sure how. Maybe there was two of them. The Lizardmen are completely broken now. I believe the Lizardmen are completely broken. They don't have anything left. Maybe something which is still retreating besides the Solar Engine, but that's also going. So we're going to be seeing the two sides facing up now. I think both moving towards. We have a couple units of the Tomb Kings over here still, as some of the Slave Rats make their way forward. I mean, the Slave Rats probably aren't going to be doing much. Oh, did you see that animation right there? That's really cool for like a melee animation, where he pulls out 3 arrows and just shoots it into the Skaven. That was really cool. Well, that's one of the nice things of not doing Warhammer all the time, is I get to still see these animations I've never seen before. So it keeps things nice, like that animation right there. It just keeps things really fresh. Belagar is just smashing and actually taking out an entire Sharp T right there. Not bad, Belagar. Not bad. He's got all the Bone Giant mode coming in. Direct hit. Also going to be getting a Chill Wind, as well as Malekith must be around here somewhere. Nice. We also have the Siege Engineer. Oh, the Siege Engineer is trying to snipe Malekith. This could be huge for the battle, because if Malekith goes down, that's going to be a lot of the the strength of the Dark Elves just dissipating. It's depending if this dude, I don't think he is line of sight anymore, as Malekith does flee away. But Malekith needs to be careful. There's still some range over here, but he's going to be charging into the Gutter Runners, or Death Runners even, just cutting them through with his chariot. And he's just slicing away some of the Skaven, like dragged on the edge of that though. Yeah, this is just brutal. The Death Runners are trying to get on the back of, Malekith is just cutting them down as he does go flying through. And the rest of the Norscan force is now turning up. Does look like they are, yeah. We also have Arcane the Black charging down the last of the clan rats right here. And this is a really good tactic when fighting against Skaven. It's just keeping your units moving, as we do have this Lord of Shadows being smacked down by the Bastiladon, as it does now charge into... Oh my god, that just took out like half the unit. And the other half as well. They're going on vacation by the looks of it. More of a force is moving closer and closer past the Warp Lightning Cannons. The Bone Giant is set up. He doesn't actually have any ammunition left, and I guess he's just waiting for the Dwarfs to also form up the rest of their formation. I mean, we can triple speed it really quickly. Does look like that we're going to have Malekith actually going down. He's routing, but oh my god, how much HP does he have left? He has 168 HP. That's literally nothing. He's so lucky that he is still alive, and that's probably keeping a lot of the Dark Elf forces on the field. I imagine he's kind of used a lot of his Winds of Magic, but even still. The Dark Shards are opening up onto the general of the Dwarf, Belegar. We've got the Skinwolves over on the right flank fighting the Miners. I don't know, this battle is looking like it's starting to tilt in the favour of the Norscan forces. I mean, they're heavily outnumbered, but they have a lot of their really good units left, especially because Frog is full HP still. And he's just going to be smacking Belegar down. Does Frog do magic damage out of interest? I know he does, like, yeah, he does do magic damage, so this is a perfect unit to fight up against these ethereal units. We also have the Bone Giant. Does the Bone Giant do magic damage? He does do magic damage on his attack, on his range attacks. I don't think on his melee attacks. I think he does armor piercing. But yeah, they're going to be clustering around this battlefield now. The rest of the oh, there's actually quite a few Tomb Kings left as well. I'm going to be chasing away this Iron Drake. Siege Engineer's probably going to go in, and yeah, the battle is starting to definitely turn in favor of the blue side. Skaven still have soldiers left. This is crazy that the Skaven are still stuck around. I mean, that's one of the strengths of the Skaven, right? Is that they come back, they run away, they come back, they run away. So we're definitely seeing that today in this battle. And this is an unholy alliance this day. Even some of the crossbow fire as well, really coming in big, doing great armor piercing damage. But yeah, I think the main fight is going to be this engagement with Belegar. And Frog is just, he's a monster, literally. In combat, he does some gnarly damage. I think he maybe defeated the ethereal runesmith there. And he's going to be chasing down Belegar. He wants it to eat him, crush his armor, and destroy him. Belegar tries to flee, but I believe Frog is faster. And the thing is as well, I believe Frog does ice attacks, which makes Belegar slower. Yeah, look at that. You can see Belegar's speed is 21. So there's literally no escaping. Belegar is dead as another hail of arrows comes in. And I think that's going to be all she wrote for this battle, as we see the last of the forces coming in, again just defeating the last couple ethereal units that still remain, but Banter power is heavily shifted. We've Arcane Black here. Don't think a single general went down on the blue side either. No, Malekith somehow managed to survive. He's going to have to rub some after sun on his burns, that's for sure, because he must have got quite a few irritations in this battle. And then now it's just the last of the ethereal units. That was a really, really cool battle, and I'm super glad that it didn't end up desyncing. It actually played out very nicely. A lot of the times with these Warhammer battles, they do end up desyncing, which really sucks. But that was really fun, and I'm glad it turned out how it did. So yeah, we actually see Norsca coming out on top. Let's see kill-wise who racked up the most. I mean, to be fair though, Frog definitely did a great job. These Berserkers with 233 kills is pretty naughty. 151 on Malekith. I mean, it's no surprise. And the Executioners over 100 kills apiece. The Tomb Kings kind of just acted as a front line right there, getting 73 kills on the Sharp T Great Bows. but they were kind of more just to hold the dwarfs in place whilst everyone else did their thing. Over on the Skaven side, we can see the Doom Wheel, 83 kills. I honestly didn't even see the Doom Wheel, but it's surprising it got that many kills. The Dwarfs are almost 200 kills on the Slayers, and Iron Drake's 175. I mean, they're just perfect units to take on the Tomb King, so that's no surprise. And then finally, for the Lizardmen forces, the Sauruses all doing okay, and then this Carnosaur, 54 kills, is not bad. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this battle. If you did, be sure to drop a like and a comment down below. Let me know what you want to see more of on the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.